Akil Collins started Grace for Race in January of 2020 for the purpose of doing his part to fight against racial injustice. With pillars of a God-first approach, reading comprehension empowerment, awareness of social and economic challenges, cultural diversity and inclusion, and ending racism and discrimination, Grace for Race had big goals to change the community and truly make an impact.
And Akil planned to hit the ground running in 2020 with his first initiative utilizing his love of running to organize a 5K aimed to bring awareness to xenophobia against Asian Americans who experience a rise in prejudice as the news of coronavirus or COVID-19 that was said to have origins in China began to spread. And then COVID-19 hit home.
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
It was this disease that ended any possibility for the first initiative to happen. As the coronavirus pandemic grew here in the United States and people were told to stay home, it seemed as if all that Akil had worked to create would be for nothing. On top of this,
some states are reporting disproportionately large numbers of African American deaths.
You see people who look just like you suffering at disproportionate rates, and you see your whole world changing around you. And then the question becomes, how do you impact the community when you barely even leave your own home?
The pandemic got worse. Grace for Race quickly adapted from its first initiative to having a 5K to supporting its local areas by donating masks to people in need.
These were places all affected by the pandemic in horrendous ways.
These areas include the Crossroads Christian Church, Fire Station 12 in Mansfield, the Texas Masonic Retirement Center, Walnut Creek Academy Daycare Center, and later on, Seasons of Change.
The virus is getting worse, so since we were able to help out, I just thought it was a good idea to help out. I think if everyone around the country, around the world actually, if whenever they have a chance to help, if they would just do that, we can really slow down this virus. I chose the church because the church I've been going to for years now. I know there are people who go on missionary trips, and they really need supplies to combat the coronavirus. For the fire station, it was definitely somewhere that had full of workers that are happy to go to work every single day, be in dangerous situations. So I think that like having supplies to combat COVID-19 is really something that can be useful to them. And then for the elderly center, that had 5 cases of the virus and 2 deaths already. I think with supplies to combat the COVID-19, they can make progress towards having a non-infected facility. Daycare is also full of workers that have to go to work every day and be around kids. So it's really important that they're keeping kids safe and themselves safe. So with the supplies we gave to them, they can do that.
These are frontline workers with no access to PPE. These are people who experienced death in their facilities and had virtually no other avenue to protection. And these are people who couldn't afford not to have access to masks. And Grace for Race provided them with what they needed most.
I'm crying. I just told Mr. Howard last week that I'm concerned about our community.
Yeah.
And it's not, we know the numbers are, the rate in which African American men are dying from this COVID. And I can't get my hands on masks. He told me y'all were going to bring some, but I didn't expect this because we were having people come up and asking, can I just have a mask? So I've been giving them mine.
Okay.
That's why somebody gave me this. So I had some, I've been giving them, somebody gave some to us, but I've been sneaking them to my people. Because I'm so concerned about our community.
Grace for Race's impact goes beyond anything quantifiable because it is an organization with a human-centered approach and human-centered impact.
And that was only just the beginning of what Grace for Race has done. Grace for Race did not end its goal of having a human-centered impact with just the mask donations.
As the year progressed, continued tragedy fell upon the Black community with the death of George Floyd. As millions of Americans took to the streets to protest for police accountability and against systemic racism, Grace for Race took this as an important opportunity to educate and inspire both those within the community and those within corporate America through diversity trainings, so that we can do our part to help produce a better and more open American society.
Each of the chairs of the Grace for Race organization, including Akil Collins, Masai Collins, Zaya Collins, Monte Anthony, Riley Anthony, Jewel Walker, Julian Walker, Ryan Grice, Karis Grice, and Blake Kinnemer, took an aspect of the trainings. The topics covered included identity and intersectionality, culture, privilege, microaggressions, cultural appropriation, and colorism.
From the mass donations to diversity trainings, Grace for Race has shown that despite the restrictions put in place due to the coronavirus pandemic, there is still an impact to be made within the community and that positive change is still possible. Grace for Race has continued to show this mission by collecting and donating over 100 books to the I Can Still Shine program for women and children foster home, completing activities like a tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and maintaining a positive and active presence on social media. Grace for Race continues to break boundaries to show that anyone, no matter their age, can make the world a better place.
Grace for Race, an organization focused on a human-centered impact and fighting for a better tomorrow, has helped make 2020 a year of grace for those who have felt their light.